Hey everybody, we've got Rocco here. He's in one of our basic training programs. Today I'm going to kind of talk you through what I'm doing. I'm teaching him the game of tug. So he's never played this game before. Essentially what I'm doing right here is I'm trying to just get him to engage with the tug. So I just want him to bite it, to hold on to it. So I've got a very soft kind of a puppy tug. So this is kind of a beginner tug that we would get just to see how he's going to interact with it. So what I'm doing here, if he lets go of it, I kind of move around kind of like a prey item would, right? Like a squirrel or a rabbit or something like that. Once he bites it, I'm kind of tugging on it very slightly so that he's encouraged to keep it in his mouth. So right here he's grabbed the handles, and we don't really want that behavior. We want him to actually hold on to the tug. So you can see I grasp the handle there close to his mouth, and I'm kind of just holding it until he lets go. Then he gets to win the item again. So I really just want to reinforce him when he's on the center of the tug. This is going to encourage good behaviors and minimize, getting our fingers bit or anything like that. So right here, he's on the tug. He's holding it very well. You can see I'm kind of moving it back and forth. So again, this is just encouraging him to stay on it. Now notice here I let go of the tug, so I'm letting him win the tug. Now ultimately what I want is him to come back to me with that tug. So you can see he's not doing that. So this is important why you want to stay on the leash when you're teaching the game of tug. So I'm trying to move back away from him, encouraging him back to me. He's starting to kind of get it. He's coming back to me, then he runs out to the side away from me, which is fine. Like I said, he's still kind of learning. So here I'm just continuing to move. As he's coming, I'm kind of pulling the leash in. At this point I get close enough to where I can grab it. And now once I get it, it's important that you make the tug come back to life, just like a prey item. So this encourages him long term to bring that item back to you. All right. So again, he grabs the handle there, so I don't want to engage when he's on the handle. Here I'm just sort of starting to out. He lets go, and I'm going to end that session right there by giving him some food here. All right, so we're out here now with a second session. I've got a bigger tug here, so this is a more advanced tug. He did well with the puppy tug, so now I'm going to give him a bigger target. It's a little bit harder, you can see, to bite on, but he's getting the hang of it. So I'm taking it nice and slow. Once I know he's kind of into it, he's gripping it strongly, now I'm going to start to engage with him. So one thing also to pay attention to is notice that how I'm handling the leash. So obviously we want to maintain control in these sessions. So again, right here, just trying to get him to back up to bring the tug back to me. But you'll notice sometimes while we're playing, the leash will get tangled up, on his legs and things like that. So that's something to be mindful of, because obviously you can, cause an injury, that kind of stuff. So if it does get tangled while you're tugging, make sure you're always mindful of that leash. All right, so right here, just doing some more tug. I let him win it, backing up. He sort of slowly brings it to me close enough to where I can grab it. So now as soon as I grab it, I start tugging again, encouraging him to continue to bring that back to me in the future here. So right there, that's what I was talking about with the leash. I just kind of get it untangled before I let him win it, so that it's not wrapped around his legs or anything like that when I'm backing up. So we kind of want him to be center. You can see he's a little bit on the left of the tug. That's fine in these beginning phases, the beginning phases, but we want him to bite the center of the tug as much as possible. So we have to make sure we give him a clear presentation whenever we do that. So right here, we're working on the out. So I hold it steady between my knees so he can't self-satisfy. As soon as he lets go of it, I'm gonna let him win it. So I'll say yes, and I'll move back rapidly and let him come chase it again. Right, so this will eventually teach him to let go on command. At this point, he's not at that phase. I just simply hold it, stagnant against my leg until he lets go on his own. And so you can see he's kind of figuring that out relatively quickly. As soon as he lets go, stabilizes, I say yes, I move, he gets to win it again. So right there with my left hand while I was tugging, I'm keeping the leash away from him so that it's not getting tangled up. All right, so again, he's on the end of the tug here. All right, so we want him on the center. That's not a big deal. So I grab it a little bit closer to his mouth. He does the out. Now I give him a clear presentation for the center. So like if he's not on the center, I'm going to try to get him off of it so I can put him on a good center bite on the tug. All right, just doing some more tug here, reinforcing the grip, get the leash untangled. So now I'm going to do the last out here to end the session. And then typically when we end the sessions, we'll give him some food. All right, so that's tug. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.